free. In the ancient lands of Japan, where spirits still whisper on the wind and dance in the rivers, a young boy named Kato traveled. He was only 12, but his deep blue eyes held the wisdom of a tranquil lake, and his calm heart beat in time with the earth itself. His black hair, tipped with silver that glowed when he touched magic, framed a face of quiet empathy. Kato sought not fame nor fortune, only to understand the power that flowed through him, a power drawn from wind and water, and to use it to heal a world in need. One morning, after days of relentless rain, Kato arrived at a small village nestled by a swollen river. The air was thick with mist and the smell of damp earth. His gaze fell upon a house perched precariously on stilts, leaning towards the churning water as if ready to surrender. A man stood before it, his face a mask of worry. This was Ito, the carpenter, whose pride in his craft was now overshadowed by the fear of losing his home. Kato approached quietly, his wooden staff tapping a soft rhythm on the muddy ground. "The river is angry," he said, his voice as gentle as a breeze. Ito, startled, looked at the boy. "Agree. It's just water, boy, but too much of it. The stilts are loose. One more push, and my house is gone." Standing beside him was his daughter, little Ray. Her small hands clenched, her eyes wide with a fear she refused to show. Kato looked from the worried carpenter to the brave child, then to the groaning house. He saw more than just wood and water. He saw home filled with memories, a family's heart. "Your skill with wood is strong, Master Ito," Kato said. "But the river has its own strength. We must ask for its help, not fight it." Ito scoffed. "Ask the river. What nonsense is this?" But desperation was a powerful persuader. Seeing the earnest calm in Kato's eyes, he finally sighed. "What would you have me do, Chu, the builder?" Kato replied. "You know how to mend what is broken. Prepare your beams and posts. Little Ray, your hands are steady and your heart is true. You will bring the ropes when your father needs them. I will speak with the current." As Ito gathered his tools, a flicker of hope warring with his doubt, Kato walked to the river's edge. He closed his eyes, extending his hands over the turbulent surface. The silver tips of his hair began to glow with a soft, ethereal light. He didn't command the water. He spoke to it, his thoughts weaving into the flow like a gentle countercurrent. He asked for a moment of peace, a brief respite, a single breath of calm for a family in need. For heartbeat, the roaring river seemed to hold its breath. The violent churning eased into a steady, powerful flow. "Now," Kato called, his voice clear above the water's hum. Spurred into action, Ito plunged into the thigh-deep water, heaving a massive support beam into place. "Ray! The ropes!" he yelled. The little girl, her fear forgotten in the face of purpose, dashed forward. Ori, uncoiling the thick ropes and handing them to her father. With swift, expert movements, Ito lashed the new beam to the weakened frame. Kato maintained his connection, his own energy flowing out to soothe the river's spirit. He could feel its immense power, its impatience, but he also felt its ancient, impartial nature. He held the calm for as long as he could. Ito worked with a speed he didn't know he possessed, driving new stilts deep into the riverbed, securing the foundation with practiced skill. Just as Kato's strength began to wane, Ito hammered the final wedge into place. With a great groan, the house straightened, settling securely onto its new legs. The river, released from Kato's gentle plea, resumed its powerful surge. But now it flowed harmlessly around the reinforced stilts. Exhausted but triumphant, Ito climbed onto the bank, pulling his daughter into a relieved hug. He looked at Kato, his eyes filled with a new understanding. You spoke to it," he said, full of awe. Kato simply smiled. The river listened. But it was your hands and Ray's courage that saved your home. The next day, the three of them worked together again. This time, they weren't fighting the river, but working with it. They planted dozens of young willow cuttings along the bank, their flexible roots perfect for holding the soil. A living wall to guide the water in seasons to come. As Kato prepared to leave, Ito placed a hand on his shoulder. "You taught me that true strength isn't about defying nature," the carpenter said. "It's about finding our place within it." Kato nodded, knowing his journey was far from over. With every village healed and every lesson learned, he came one step closer to understanding the great, flowing secret of his own power. 2. Thank you so much for joining Kato on his journey today. If you enjoyed this story and want to see where the path takes him next, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next chapter.